Kolkata as a market is moving towards premiumization.
There are like pocketed growths happening in city of Kolkata.
People look for aspirational home as well as the compact home. कि 3 bedroom compact में एक अच्छा मिल जाए तो people वो देखते हैं कलकत्ता में.
The perception of the consumer typical market in like Kolkata is that of an affordable market.
Post-COVID syndrome, people are looking for large units, be it 2 BHK, be it 3 BHK, be it 4 BHK. So they are looking for large size units.
There have been premium project launches which have happened, which have actually pushed the average price up rather than pushing up the actual demand and the affordable section price also.
Kolkata. The name symbolizes culture and food, art and literature. A lot of history, once the capital of India in the British era, once one of the largest or the largest metropolitan city of India. But does the name also sound like a bustling real estate market, a property market, a market which is growing leaps and bounds? If you did not think so, well, here's a surprise for you. Kolkata has defied a lot of logic in the last quarter, which is the first quarter of 2025, logic of growth. Kolkata has seen prices rising by a whopping 5% on a quarter-on-quarter basis and 26% on an annual basis. All this while the demand and supply factors have a different role. So what is fueling this market? What is driving Kolkata market today? We are going to discuss all of this today. As you know, Magicbricks has released its latest PropIndex report for Jan-March quarter of 2025. We are going to look at what that report has in store for Kolkata as a market, and we'll have a discussion around what's fueling this big leap of Kolkata. Namaskar, I'm Prasoon Kumar and you're watching this next episode of The Property Show on MBTV, world's largest real estate YouTube channel. To discuss the PropIndex report, its finding for Kolkata, and pointers coming out from there on, I have got a stellar panel of real estate professionals and builders from Kolkata market. I have also got Mr. Abhishek Badra, who is my colleague and heads research at Magicbricks. Let me just quickly introduce our stellar panel to you. We have Mr. Mahesh Agarwal, who is MD of Purti Reality. We have Mr. Rahul Gupta, who is MD of Mayfair Group.
Namaskar.
We have Mr. BP Singh Roy, who heads marketing at Keventer Reality.
Namaskar.
And we have Mr. Kunal Sen Gupta, who heads the market research, consulting and brand development at NK Realtors in Kolkata.
Namaste.
So Abhishek, let me first ask you, what are the top storylines emerging for Kolkata as a market as per the PropIndex report?
Sure. Thanks, Prasoon, and very pleased to meet all of you on the panel today. See, Kolkata has seen a paradigm shift in the residential space, like most of the cities in India, wherein we have seen 6% average Q-on-Q growth over the last 2 years, which is around 8 quarters. However, the last quarter, which is JFM Jan to March 25, saw a slight dip in demand by about 4%, which is again in line with what we are seeing pan-India, where we are seeing a moderating demand, wherein the prices have increased by about 26% on a year-on-year and 5% on a Q-on-Q basis, which is also, pointing towards the fact that a lot of these markets, including Kolkata, have now come in the unaffordable segment and space. However, saying that, the perception of the consumer of a typical market like Kolkata is that of an affordable market. So I think consumers today are becoming more cautious, and hence we might see a lot of fence sitters increasing. Hence the slight dip in demand that we are seeing. On the supply front, yes, we have seen a good increase of 20% on a year-on-year basis, which is decent enough in terms of a market like Kolkata, developing market like Kolkata. And on the luxury side, yes, the last 1 year has seen a good increase in supply 1.5 to 3 crore ticket size has seen a good supply increase of about 15%. The demand has not been able to catch up in that segment. So primarily, these are the overall trends that we are seeing.
All right. So supply and demand flattened, but price is going up. That's primarily the story. So let's start with that. Let me start with you, Mahesh ji. What is it that in a market where demand has not been growing as much and supply has been, at the same level, what is fueling the price hike?
Mainly, price hike is due to construction cost increase, land prices going up, labor shortages. Laborers are going to South India. They're getting better rate there, or they are working more working hours they're doing there, and they're gaining more. Apart, regulatory compliances cost has also increased nowadays. So this all are the main objective for the price increase.
Okay. Rahul, from your perspective, keeping end buyers or investors in mind, how would you explain this sharp rise in prices in the market of Kolkata?
The prime contributor, as for me, is the land cost. Land is a constraint, and there is a huge acute shortage of land in Kolkata. The city is very old, and the planning and everything is like centuries old, even the infrastructure and other stuff. So land is a primary constraint. So land is a primary input where the cost is rising for the developer. And the construction, the cost of inflation and other factors, whatever Maheshji, I totally support him. Like in all the spheres, the cost of construction is increasing. If you put it per square feet basis, the cost is rising very fast.
Okay. The price hike, when you talk about, and let me come to you, Mr. Roy. When we're talking about the price hike, we now see that the average per square feet rate in Kolkata seems to be hovering around 8,000 rupees, right? Kolkata was always perceived to be a city which was the most affordable metropolitan city in India, and about 4,000 odd rupees was the average PSF that was expected out there. This 100% jump in the prices, while land and other operational constraints that both Mahesh and Rahul have spoken about, is there anything else that is a factor primarily from supply build-up point of view?
See, I would say that this price rise is more on a supply side driven exercise rather than a reflection of a real demand. Moreover, there have been premium project launches which have happened, which have actually pushed the average price up rather than pushing up the actual demand and the affordable section price also. It's giving a dissimilar approach where the low end demand is still stagnant. It's not that the low end demand has also gone up very high. Yes, there has been a post COVID high end demand there, which is actually pushing up the average price index.
Okay. So, Kunal, the perspective is that this is a supply side driven, pricing strategy in a way, and demand does not necessarily is following the same suit. Something which is what Abhishek was also talking about, that we do not see demand keeping pace with the way the prices are going up. What is it that you are picking up from the market, from consumers? How do they see this?
We, as NK ThinkPad, we also have a research wing called NK ThinkPad under NK Realtors. Whatever our observation is, obviously Rahulji and Maheshji obviously giving their developer end perspective. So I would also agree with sir that the few projects which has been launched during the time of end of November and December, and obviously that helped us, like 3 or 4 at least very prominent project powered by the very prominent developer in prime locations of south and obviously eastern side of the city has boosted up the pricing. They are capitalized on their brand and obviously the prominent locations which they have chosen, and with long standing these projects are pending to be launched. They they launched extravagantly, and also few developers who are in last quarter of calendar year, few developers who are national level player also came into picture in Kolkata.
Okay.
So that is what has been boosted. They are charging their brand premium and obviously the positioning. So that is what boosts the market. And apart from that, the segment of 1.5 CR to 3 CR range has been having a very lot of demand, and flooding inventories are also into the places. As per our understanding, lastly, this was catering the market of total Kolkata market of 5% of the supply of that segment, 5 to 6% supply, and that is also increasing day by day. So
Okay.
that is our observation.
Okay, all right. The point of expansion of Kolkata, and let me take this to Mahesh ji and Rahul. We have seen Kolkata expanding massively on the east side. So east and south is what has been driving a lot of action. Over there of late, we also see a lot of action happening in the north of Kolkata. Now, the entire price dynamics and the entire demand dynamics. How do you see this playing differently between these various micro markets of Kolkata, be it the eastern side of the Kolkata, the southern side of the Kolkata, which has always been traditionally the costliest market in a way, right? So, Mahesh, let me first come to you. What are the different traits that you see between these two different kind of micro markets in terms of real estate dynamics?
Eastern side, the infrastructure growth is much more. We're seeing more IT parks coming up there. We're seeing metro rapidly growing more faster. We see the infrastructure quality and living standard of East is much better, as because South is the older city and there is less scope of infrastructure and other development. So apart ITES is also in sector 5. And we had more fintech city coming in, which is also on a very rapid growth. So we see the price increase and living standard high in eastern parts. That's the reason the south part is a little bit down.
Okay. All right. So infrastructure is what is driving the eastern part, of Kolkata. Rahul, your perspective on this?
Infrastructure as well as the working spaces are all shifting towards sector 5. So my working is in sector 5 and I stay in South Calcutta. So it's quite impossible for me.
Yes, Rahul, your perspective?
Yeah, I agree with Mahesh ji. The infrastructure definitely plays a major contributor for the growth of a city. What I can identify, there are like pocketed growths happening in city of Kolkata. Suppose Newtown, Rajarhat area is developing in the eastern part. In the southwest, we can say is developing the EM bypass, connecting, going towards the extension of the southern EM bypass until Barwipur. Southeast is the EM bypass and southwest is the Joka area. So according to me, this will continue growing, this Joka, EM bypass and Newtown. These three areas have seen a major growth and will be growing. The key is optimization of space planning. People are more prone to buy 3 BHK, so the average ticket size and per square feet rate is increasing. Because now the affordability is increasing towards the 3 BHK. And these are concentrated in these three localities more.
Abhishek, there's an interesting point Rahul is making there, which is about the preference for the property type, right? The 3 BHK and so on and so forth. What does the data, PropIndex data tell us?
So I agree with what Rahul is saying. What our data also says is that till about last year, Jan to March 24, the demand for 2 and 1 BHKs was about 46%, which is now come down to around 36%.
Okay.
And the same increase we have seen in the 3 BHK side. So 3 BHK and plus apartments are increasing the demand, and the lower apartments, slightly smaller apartments, we are seeing a slightly decreasing demand.
Okay. All right. What do you think, Mr. Roy? What is driving this premiumization of Kolkata? Where you are seeing more demand now for 3 BHK and plus sizes. What is driving this?
See, post-COVID, it has always been that you will have to get another room extra. So a 2 was converted to a 2.5, a 3 was converted to a 3.5. and that is what is pushing still now. Added to that is the affordability index, which has gone up, which Rahul has just mentioned, and obviously the micro markets which are growing, that is attracting the people who are upwardly mobile, and that is what pushes the demand in these localities and in these micro markets.
Okay. Maheshji, what kind of demand you see in the 3 BHK or 3 BHK plus kind of sizes?
3 BHK, the sizes which the people prefer according to us is 1,000 to 1,200 square feet.
Okay.
With a ticket size of 70 lakhs to 1.2 crores.
Okay.
These are the sizes we look. People look for aspirational home as well as the compact home. कि 3 bedroom compact में एक अच्छा मिल जाए, तो people वो देखते हैं कलकत्ता में.
And amenities पे कितना जोर रहता है?
Amenities, basic amenities are nowadays in all the projects.
Okay.
It's all standard. You see the Wi-Fi सब है, तो we give Wi-Fi, apart co-working spaces, gym, community hall, swimming pool, public मतलब central landscape lawn. These are all basic amenities nowadays. Without this, a project cannot be designed.
3 BHK plus sizes, being in demand. However, we also know that at the same point of time, the unit prices have been going up, right? They have more than doubled, right? Which means that 1,000 square feet or a 1,500 square feet kind of a 3 BHK is anywhere upwards of a crore and beyond, right? Now, is this going to lead us towards a market where affordability will become an issue over a period of time if more and more supply keeps coming in this property type only?
I don't see much in the short term,
Okay.
but yes, in the long term, there might be a plateau formation where the prices might stagnate for some time, quite some time. But as we all know, historic data and otherwise, Kolkata is a city of slow growth. It has been growing steadily. So the risk factors compared to other cities and metros are far lesser in Kolkata. And moreover, as Mr. Roy said, post-COVID symptom, the growing aspirational values, the growing aspiration of buyers is to upgrade themselves. And community living, facilities, larger area, open area, more greeneries, swimming pool, everybody is now aspiring for those, and there is a dynamic shift from standalone and smaller complexes to bigger, large township complexes.
Okay. Kunal, the shift towards 3 BHK, what are the drivers of this, and how will demand sustain this over a period of time?
So obviously 3 BHK has a constant demand and it's a stable demand product. And anybody, if you pick any project, you will figure it out at least in and around 45 to 50% product in Kolkata I'm talking about will be of deliverables of 3 BHK. But whatever we have also observed, as Rahulji and BP sir pointed out, that large size 3 BHK and the bigger units are in demand. Also, we have observed the level of 2 BHK demands also increased, but the large size 2 BHK. Last year, we have followed this pattern in our last year research that large size 2 BHK also in demand. And also the number of units sold of 4 BHK unit in and around Kolkata and Howrah, Hooghly, this region, 4 BHK sales is also increased. So the pattern follows, as BP sir correctly pointed out, followed by Rahul sir, that post-COVID syndrome, people are looking for large units, be it 2 BHK, be it 3 BHK, be it 4 BHK. So they are looking for large size units. So that is a pattern change and shift has been making. So obviously 3 BHK is a constant demand, it's a hit product, and also 4 BHK is also growing in demand from last year to this year.
Okay.
So I would like to add one more point to Kunal, whatever Kunal said. Post-COVID, people learned how to spend more time at home and their community. Actually, as a matter of fact, it taught us. We thought home is only for going, returning back and sleeping. But then when we were stuck and locked, the whole country was under lockdown, we experienced a lot of family time, bonding, community. That time, everybody realized why not live in a community rather than standalone building or own house.
Rahul, you had mentioned this point about affordability, and you do see, some sort of plateau happening over a period of time. Abhishek, tell me, from ticket size, affordability perspective, what is the data? What are the trends emerging? What is the PropIndex data telling us?
So, in terms of supply, around 25% supply currently rests in the sub 1 crore of the properties, and about 50% of supply now rests in the 1.5 crore and above.
Okay.
So clearly, and this has changed by about 15% over the last year.
Okay.
So clearly the market is moving towards premiumization. A lot of new inventory which is coming in falls in the premium segment, which is 1.5 crore and plus. Also, the point that Kunal mentioned about large properties. So the 2,000 to 3,000 square feet area, that has also garnered a good amount of supply, which is close to 7% now.
Okay.
Which was unheard of in Kolkata over the last 2 years. So previously it used to hover around 1 to 2%, but now this year we have seen that it's gone up to around 6 to 7%.
So we can see there's emergence of luxury.
Yes.
Happening.
So in terms of
Kolkata
size, in
market.
terms of ticket size, in terms of BHK, everything is pointing towards a more luxurious kind of.
Okay. So let me take this to then Mahesh ji. Luxury real estate, luxury unit sizes, and luxury products. How big do you see the market in Kolkata, not only from an end user point of view, but also from an investor's perspective? And how do you see this growing?
According to me, luxury is good selling nowadays. Post-COVID, people have increased, मतलब जो सब एकदम fact है कि 3 bedroom वाला 4 पे आ गया, 4, 5 पे आ गया. Apart nowadays, there is a new concept. Instead of spending into furniture, कि भैया एक रूम एक्स्ट्रा ले लो, उसको स्टोर रूम बना दो, बेडरूम में वगैरह में एकदम क्लीन रखो. Luxury segment is doing very good. मतलब I have experienced it, all known project to me or whatever project we are developing. We also had a project which is priced as 32,000 rupees a square feet. So it's also selling very, very good. And I'm seeing more and more buyers here nowadays for luxury market in Kolkata.
Mr. Roy, what will be the trigger of a demand for premium to luxury housing products in Kolkata?
It's quite unheard of. If you see a 5 to 10 crore property, you would have seen over 23, 24, there is a 140, 150% increase. For a 20 to 50 crore property, there is even more, 200 plus % increase. Now, we have been planning for, like Maheshji, what he said, 32,000 rupees a square foot. Nobody actually had imagined Kolkata would sustain such kind of a development. Though I agree, those are properties in very niche micro markets. But at the same time, once you get those land parcels unlocked, especially in the central parts of the city, you have buyers who are ready to purchase this. I would point at a specific phenomena why this is happening. You have generation next, who are from the business families, who have come back from education abroad. They want to move into newer homes. People also want to look at high rises like the 42, which are coming up. And you have so many of them which are being planned or are under construction near Chaurangi and AJC Bose Road. And it is that aspiration of that generation which is also pushing this.
That's an interesting point you make. Yes, Rahul, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, almost most of the points are covered. I would just like to add that as per the data, 84% of Kolkata buyer is below the 8,000 per square feet, which is the average price we are saying.
So luxury has always been a niche market anyway, and premium to luxury is something which has traditionally been a more investor market than an end user market. But what Mr. Roy is proposing that it's a consumer cohort, a certain segment of consumers which is wanting to have a more high-end lifestyle, a more luxurious lifestyle because of their educational pedigree abroad or whatever, and that is one of the factors that is fueling this. Kunal, from your point of view, what could trigger the premiumization in Kolkata as far as the trend towards larger sizes and more luxurious amenities-driven projects are concerned?
See, what we have, as we are part of various ground research for the developers for customized purposes for their land parcel. So what we have observed that the future buyers who are there are also, there is a slight trend that may sound a little मतलब थोड़ा अजीब लग सकता है, लेकिन ये there is a trend of coming back to Kolkata as well. Those who have spent buyers who are generating inquiries from Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, few of them from Mumbai as well. So there is a small percentage that is still a small percentage, maybe 7, 5, 7, 8, 10% hardly, based on project locations. So there is a trend of coming back to Kolkata as well. They have spent their 20, 15 years of journey. They are doing their own things. They are also coming back to various companies like Infosys, TCS. They are coming with bigger role, and they are like to invest more and upgrade their lifestyle in Kolkata. So apart from whatever BP sir said from his experience and handling the customers and all, therefore from our research perspective, we are also having that phenomena. And people who are coming to Kolkata, there is a demand in the part of southwest Kolkata, as Rahul sir said. And for investment perspective, there is always Newtown and Rajarhat is in eastern part of the city is also always a hotbed. But apart from that, those people who are coming to Kolkata, migrating to Kolkata from the outer part of the West Bengal, they are also having a very good budget or fund. So when they are migrating to Kolkata, they like to stay in the prominent areas of Kolkata, and they are also coming up with a good budget. So that is how it is growing as per our understanding and experience.
So, whether it's Newtown towards the east, or whether it's EM bypass, or whether it's Joka, these micro markets that we are talking about. Rahul, tell me, for a average home buyer in Kolkata, where do you see maximum opportunities, from a supply point of view, or the best fit opportunities from a supply point of view coming? Is it Joka and around, or is it alongside EM bypass, or is it actually eastern part of the Kolkata, which is the Newtown, Rajarhat, etc.?
Actually, as I earlier said, these three areas are growing at a large speed, which is contributing to the growth. And they are majorly the peripheral of the city. Our Kolkata city
The question is, do these three offer three different kinds of solutions to home buyers? Right? One could be slightly more, mid-segment. One could be slightly more affordable. One could be slightly more upmarket premium. Is there that kind of a play happening?
Yeah, previously it was not there, but now the trends have changed. As earlier it was discussed, many premium projects have been launched in Newtown, Rajarhat area. So it is escalating more than the EM bypass and the Joka area. Okay. So if a buyer is looking for a more affordable kind of project, they have to look for the southern bypass or Joka area.
Mr. Roy, therefore, a consumer because 80% of the consumers are, from a ticket size point of view, looking at solutions which are below 1 crore solutions, right? If that be so, where is the potential investment hotspot for them?
See, there are a lot of opportunities yet to be, explored. So a Kollani Expressway or a 211 bus route extension, or even beyond Joka, Amtalla, are hotspots that can be developed, but provided the infrastructure comes in. Howrah is completely unexplored. Today, Satragachi 6-lane expressway coming up will give a boost to that sector. But it all depends on the infrastructure, and the boost to that that has to be fueled by the government itself.
Sure. As Maheshji said that, one of the key driver of East Kolkata was infrastructure and metro and a lot of these things coming there, which also fueled a lot of demand over there. Maheshji, how do you see the infrastructure development going forward and its impact on expansion of overall property market of Kolkata?
Infrastructure mainly is expanding only towards, you can say, Rajarhat. Nowadays, Kalyani Expressway, we will be getting good roads, but will not get train and electricity, good electricity or good drainage or good drinking water. So only, matlab, बोलते हैं ना, unsung hero is only Rajarhat area, Rajarhat and its suburbs. इसके अलावा डेवलपमेंट में देखिए रोड हो रहे हैं, चारों तरफ बन रहे हैं, बंगाल गवर्नमेंट अच्छा काम कर रही है. जैसे सिंह साहब ने कहा कि अभी एलिवेटेड जो 6 लेन बन रहा है हम लोग का सातरागाछी ब्रिज के ऊपर, किंतु केवल रोड बनाने से नहीं होगा. वी नीड प्रॉपर ड्रेनेज, वी नीड वाटर सप्लाई, which is much coming up in Rajarhat. आज जैसे हाईवे, जैसे अपना we have come up with a project called Miraki. It's in Hooghly, it's on Durgapur Expressway. अभी रोड जो चौड़े हो रहे हैं और है जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वहां भी है, मतलब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर राजारहाट इज नंबर 1. ये मैं आपको ये बोलूंगा.
I needed to understand for our viewers, Kolkata, as we started by saying that it has been one of the most undervalued market. It was the most affordable market of all the metros that was there. Would you concede that with the increase in prices and the kind of new supply that is coming, Kolkata is still undervalued? It still has a lot of price to discover, or it's kind of gone to its premium end? What will be your take? Let me start with you, Rahul.
It has got a lot of price to discover yet. In fact, as a matter of fact, both the things are true. Some areas are still undiscovered. Those are peripheral areas very close to the city. But say, as Maheshji rightly said, infrastructure, we need electricity, good electricity, water, drainage, roads. These 4 factors are compulsory for an area to develop fast. So there are a lot of areas right now which can be developed, and we can still be the most affordable city in the country in the years to come.
So, Mr. Roy, taking the same question to you, is Kolkata still looking at that headroom that is there from a price discovery point of view, or we are pretty much there?
We are way behind the prices that needs to be discovered. So as I pointed out, and Maheshji very rightly, only roads will not help. It has to be a comprehensive development that the government needs to bring to the table, and there is immense opportunity lying in Joka and the way ahead. Southern bypass still unexplored. You see a huge shift where people are looking at bungalow projects. Where is the space? Where is that infrastructure where you can have the kind of developments you have seen in Ahmedabad, or for even say Bangalore or Hyderabad? We are still far away. There is so much to achieve.
Yeah. Okay. So that's an interesting point. Yeah.
Regarding Kolkata, it's most undervalued tier 1 city of Kolkata, India. Average price here is 8,000 rupees. In comparison to Mumbai, Bangalore, which is nothing, double, triple of it. The price last year, average price was 5,200, now it's 8,000, and steady appreciation is there. अपार्ट लो एंट्री बैरियर है, यहाँ पे स्टडी अप्रिसिएशन है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ग्रोथ है, रेंटल यील्ड हाई है, IT इज डूइंग गुड, एंड यूजर ड्रिवन मार्केट है, तो यहाँ तो अप्रिसिएशन मिलना ही मिलना है। आई रिपीट माई वर्ड्स, मोस्ट अंडर वैल्यूड टियर 1 मार्केट इज कलकत्ता। इसमें इतना ज्यादा अप्रिसिएशन वी आर एक्सपेक्टिंग कि मतलब जो सिंह साहब ने कहा डबल ट्रिपल कुछ भी हो सकता है।
All right. Taking off from what.
Can I add something here?
Yes, Kunal, please.
Achha, just to as everybody, all my seniors are pointing out the things, I would rather add to their point one small thing. As we are focusing on the Rajarhat and Joka, apart from that, there is a location which is just behind Infosys new campus is Hatishala. In that location, that is well connected and much more less congested, wide road are there than if we compare by 211 bus route. So that area land affordability is still higher than 211 bus route. So that is one of the area where we can also focus. And apart from that, if we consider the price rise part of Kolkata and what is the acceptable level of price, so if we have to also understand, if we consider Delhi market, there is their price depreciate, there are discounting things happen. But if we consider Kolkata market, we never heard of the discounting as such. We always had a balance and steady growth, if not then the constant price. So that is the beauty of Kolkata. Here it is obviously it's an aspirational city with feet on the ground. People from the customers and from the developers and from the all the stakeholders and every has their feet on ground. They are very cautious buyer. They invest in the right quality of price, placement and product. So that is what the thing is. So price appreciation will be there with a steady growth.
So viewers, the story of Kolkata is unfolding as follows. Kolkata as a market is moving towards premiumization. However, our experts believe that there is much headroom there and a lot of price discovery is yet to happen. Kolkata is seeing a trend of larger sizes of apartments and homes in terms of demand, and supply is equally bullish on providing those kind of solutions. Prices are going up, however, there is in demand in patches in parts of micro markets fulfilling that. There are other aspects like infrastructure development, like development of new concepts like plots, etc., are a big opportunity area yet for Kolkata. So this market has a lot to offer as we move forward, and we will keep bringing to you the developments that are going to happen in Kolkata as a market. Keep watching MBTV, keep watching the property show, and thank you very much.